Now, King Charles will today celebrate the Commonwealth's power to unite nations in friendship during his annual Commonwealth Day address at Westminster Abbey. He's also expected to vow to restore what he's calling the disrupted harmony of the planet, adding that it's the most important task for humanity.
Let's get the thoughts of historian and broadcaster Rafe Heydel-Mankoo, who's a great friend of this station and this programme. Rafe, good morning to you. Commonwealth Day, hugely significant for the current monarch as it was for the late Queen Elizabeth II.
That's right. I mean, it was often said of His Majesty's late mother that the two things she was most pleased about were keeping the United Kingdom united and keeping the Commonwealth as a very important and relevant force in the world today. And that's very much the feeling of the King as well, who of course regards himself not only as King of the United Kingdom, but also of King of all those other realms and territories of which he's King, as well as head of the Commonwealth of 56 nations. That's why I think you're seeing such a great emphasis being placed by the King now on the fact that in this very tumultuous time that we're going through, when the Western alliance is perhaps more stressed and tumultuous than ever before, the Commonwealth is one of those rare international organizations, an organization outside America's ambit, it should be said, but it's an organization that has endured the test of time. The strong bonds that link the Commonwealth nations of common heritage, common institutions, is actually perhaps more relevant now and may become more relevant in the years ahead.
Rafe, some people may assume when he talks about restoring the disrupted harmony of the planet being the operative word, he's talking about the environment which he's talked about for 40 years. But I suspect that isn't a factor. But is he also referring to the extraordinary turmoil with Donald Trump, bearing in mind Canada, of which he's king, is facing 25% tariffs from President Trump?
Yeah, precisely. Look, on the face of it, there's nothing unusual in what the King is saying in this statement. He's made many of these points before in similar addresses, but the relevance of the comments certainly must have some bearing upon international politics, and particularly on what's happening to, of course, His Majesty's senior realm outside of the UK, which is indeed Canada. We know that the King recently met with former Prime Minister Trudeau in his last few days in office. We don't know what they discussed behind closed doors, but clearly when you have another country saying that they want to take over Canada and make it a 51st state, referring to the Prime Minister Trudeau as Governor Trudeau, as if he's a governor of an American state, surely that will be a cause of concern for the King. Remember, of course, the King and Queen Elizabeth visited Canada more than any other of their Commonwealth realms. Very, very close attachment there. And also, of course, the speech is also about opportunity, because, of course, we hear about Trump's tariffs on Canada, 25%. Perhaps there'll be tariffs against other Commonwealth territories, perhaps even the UK. There's something called the Commonwealth Advantage. Because of the shared language, the shared legal system, the common law, the shared institutions, Commonwealth realms have a 21% reduction in trade costs is understood. That's one of the benefits of the Commonwealth. That's why we're seeing the new Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, as well as people like the former Australian Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, all calling for greater cooperation between the Commonwealth nations, but particularly the CANZUK nations, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and the UK, the King's top four realms. There's much opportunity for them now to increase their cooperation as America becomes increasingly unreliable as an ally.
Okay,
Right.
Rafe Heydel-Mankoo, always good to see you. Thank you so much.